Ask me the hard-hitting questions.
This week on 60 Minutes, we reported on the WNBA and we interviewed Caitlin Clark.
The basketball world is in shock. Caitlin Clark, the Rookie of the Year, the record breaker, the face of women's basketball, has finally broken her silence. Her next move? A stunning twist no one saw coming. Stay with us as we uncover the real story behind Caitlin Clark's new contract in Europe and how it will reshape the future of the WNBA.
Now playing for the Indiana Fever, she's ushered in a new wave of WNBA fans. TV ratings and attendance have skyrocketed.
Finds Clark from the logo.
You know how crazy these crowds get though when they see that logo 3.
Yeah, they go crazy.
Feels good to hit those?
Occasionally, it's not too bad.
So how,
I don't mind it.
Seriously though, so you got the ball in your hand.
Yeah.
You're crossing midcourt. What's the decision making? Pass, pull up, how does that work?
After days of rumors swirling across social media, Caitlin Clark's silence was deafening. Speculation grew wilder with every passing hour. Would the phenom leave the WNBA after just one season? Or was it all just noise?
That's an absolute dime.
And then after that, usually somebody picks me up, but if not, you just gotta launch it and hope for the best, you know? Hope it goes in, and let it fly. That's what people love. So I gotta give them what they want.
Clark broke down the mechanics and biomechanics behind that signature shot.
There we go. Yeah.
It's the same motion basically, right? You're just using more leg?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I'm not, people probably wouldn't consider me very big to play in the WNBA. Like I'm not quite 6 foot, like not the strongest. So I think just, having good balance is definitely the most important thing. I think a lot of really good shooters would probably tell you the same thing. But yeah, using your legs, like it can't be all upper body, it's gotta be your legs, so.
Caitlin's rookie season was nothing short of extraordinary. From breathtaking logo threes to record-breaking performances, she ignited arenas and boosted viewership like never before. But behind the highlight reels, was there already a plan to take her talents overseas?
Caitlin Clark, last night, finished up one of the most remarkable years of basketball playing in quite some time. Because we could talk about her WNBA season, and we will, but her final season at Iowa was something to behold, and she went right from that into the WNBA season. I mean, right away. As soon as her college season ended, just days later, she was drafted by the Indiana Fever. And I just remember being at the Combine in early March. That was the talk of the town. In addition to what we were seeing out of the Pacers and the Combine being there, it's like Caitlin Clark's coming here, the Big Ten.
As rumors reached fever pitch, Caitlin broke her silence with a heartfelt Instagram post. Her words? Full of gratitude, but also laced with mystery.
Defenders on the handoff go with Caitlin Clark. That's why Aaliyah Boston can make that spin move and attack the basket. So the impact of Caitlin and Kelsey Mitchell on the floor opens things up.
I miss doing women's sports with you. We don't get to do it as often as we used to. So here's the thing. Caitlin Clark is going to be fine. Yeah. Okay, there's 2 things that stand out to me. She just played this team, right? And so she understands the athleticism, the footwork, the speed of Dejanay Carrington. And she's just in her 4th WNBA game as a professional athlete. Even as a rookie, she's been guarded by the best players so far. She's still drawing double teams, and I thought Indiana did a better job of playing fast. I thought in her first few games, too much pounding the rock. This is not Iowa Part B varsity version. This is WNBA basketball. She's moving faster. Her teammates are doing a better job of finding her. She's getting looks off the move where she doesn't have to work as hard. And so it's only up from here. This was a great sign. Her most efficient night, turnovers were down.
Let me just say this too, because we're talking about the Indiana Fever, and we have the Pacers that are playing in the Eastern Conference, right?
But what did it really mean? Many read it as a sign she's staying in the WNBA. Yet, behind closed doors, European teams have been offering contracts that would make even the biggest American deals blush. So, what's the truth?
ESPN or showing the game last night in which the Fever got swept by the Connecticut Sun last night. They showed a montage of her year. and they showed a montage of her year when she passed Pistol Pete Maravich. She owns the record for most points scored in men's and women's Division I. And she set every record you possibly can set for Iowa, for women's basketball.
Sources close to Caitlin confirm European clubs have offered her millions, an offer that dwarfs what she earns in the WNBA. And she's listening. In a stunning turn, Caitlin's final statement hinted at her dual commitment. Yes, she's confirmed she'll play year 2 in Indiana. But she also signed a short-term European contract during the WNBA offseason, a move that fans didn't expect, and one that's sending shockwaves through women's basketball.
Hi, Caitlin. Greg Doyle, Indy Star. Real quick, let me do this.
You like that?
I like that you're here. I like that you're here.
I do that at my family after every game, so.
Okay, well, let's start doing it to me and we'll get along just fine. So, question is, you didn't have to turn pro. I kind of thought you would no matter what, but how much did Indiana have the number 1 overall pick? Because of the things you've said and the driving distance to Iowa, just everything. I'm just wondering what role that might have played.
Yeah, it definitely played a huge role, and I actually played at the exact same time as the draft lottery on the night it happened. I'm not sure exactly who we were playing, but I was hoping that Indiana got the first pick. It would have made my life a lot better. So when I saw that, I was pretty excited. And, obviously that's not every single reason of, why I wanted to leave.
The reaction? A firestorm. WNBA purists worry about burnout and injury. But global fans see a new chapter for women's sports, one where the game transcends borders.
Caitlin Clark's Rookie of the Year odds have become so high that there is currently only one sports book that will even allow you to vote on Rookie of the Year. MGM Bet is currently the only platform that you can vote on Rookie of the Year, and they have Caitlin Clark's odds at -10,000. And to put the icing on the cake, just last night, Caitlin Clark made her 86th three-point field goal of the season, which set a new record for three-pointers made by a rookie in WNBA history. The previous record was set by Ryan Howard in 2022.
Stephen A. Smith weighed in with a scorching hot take, warning of burnout, but also praising her as a generational talent.
The NBA record for threes in a season is currently held by Sabrina, and that number is 128 threes. So with the Fever having 9 more regular season games left, and I'm not sure if this is just like a regular season record or includes playoffs, but Caitlin Clark would have to average a little over 4 three-pointers in a game in order to break this record. It's doable, and especially if their team goes into the playoffs. But not only with this three-point record, with her assist record, with her triple-double record, and just the impact that Caitlin Clark has had on the WNBA and on the Fever team this season, there has still been some debate on who will become Rookie of the Year. We talked about Angel Reese a couple videos ago and how she is holding her own on the rebounding side, and she is shattering records, both WNBA and NBA records, with the amount of rebounds that she grabs per game. But if you look at these two players in their totality, it really is a no-brainer as who deserves Rookie of the Year this season.
This isn't just about one player. It's about the future of the WNBA. If Caitlin thrives overseas, will other stars follow? Will Europe become the ultimate destination for the world's best talent?
Caitlin Clark, 24, 10, and 10, her second career triple-double. What stood out to you about the way she got this triple-double in your eyes?
For me, what I liked from Clark and quite honestly the Indiana Fever team is that even though they entered halftime with 11 turnovers, they were able to get that composure back, and they actually turned over Los Angeles, the Sparks, more turnovers than they had. So I love the composure that we're seeing. I love that this is a team that's still growing, and I think they're starting to figure out who their players are, who their go-to players are. Even when you have an Odyssey Sims that drops 20 points for a Sparks team that, has been struggling this season, Indiana found a way to win. They found their composure throughout this game, and I think that bodes well for them, knowing that they already punched their ticket to the playoffs.
For Caitlin, this is more than basketball. It's about legacy. Her decision to play in Europe while staying loyal to Indiana Fever could set a precedent for how American stars grow their game and their brand in ways never seen before.
For anyone that was listening to the broadcast, you heard that this backcourt has been the hottest thing in the WNBA since the Olympic break. And I do think that time together with this crew, that trio, as you mentioned, has been critical. We heard so many veterans, retired players, active players say that Caitlin Clark and likely the Indiana Fever were gonna need time. It wasn't gonna be instantaneous like your, instant coffee that you drink in the morning. No, we want this to be a nice Cuban coffee with a nice punch in there. And I think that's what we're seeing. It's not that this is not a talented team. You've got two back-to-back #1 picks.
Caitlin Clark has proven she's not just a star, she's a movement. From Iowa to Indiana, now to Europe, her game transcends boundaries. But will she stay healthy? Will the WNBA rise to keep up with Europe's deep pockets? One thing's certain. Caitlin Clark's next chapter is just getting started.
When Ryan Rucco said, Caitlin Clark is possessed, I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. At times, she was unconscious. For me, watching that game, it's one of those games where you can't even be mad. Like, you can't even be mad at Caitlin Clark. You can't hate on her. You can't say anything negative about the way she performed. There's not one thing you could take away from that and be like, oh, she was this, or oh, she didn't do that. She checked every single box. That's why Kim Mulkey hugged her so aggressively at the end of the game, because it's like, dang, you did great. I can't stand it, but I love you for it. Like, Kim Mulkey even gave her an aggressive hug when the game is over. That's how you know it was real. You know how you dap somebody up just aggressively because you're like, yeah, that was great. I can't stand you for it, but I can't say anything bad about it. She was poised. She was under control. She manipulated the defense left and right. She got to her spot.
Thank you for watching this exclusive investigation. We want to hear from you. Is Caitlin's European move brilliant or risky? Will she bring the same fire back to the WNBA? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more explosive updates on women's basketball.
I think the thing is that when LSU got themselves into trouble is they let Caitlin Clark get to her spots early. You know she likes to drive the ball to the left, and when she drives to the left, she's looking to pull up. I don't know, Andrea, look, you follow the women's game. Why on earth would Kim Mulkey instruct her guys to go under the screen and not fight over the top? I'm not giving Caitlin Clark that kind of space. What she did was confirm what we already knew. There's a reason why she's the all-time leading scorer. There's a reason why she's top 3 in assists.
This is just the beginning. Stay locked in for more updates as Caitlin Clark's journey continues and as the future of women's basketball is rewritten before our eyes.
The race for Rookie of the Year is over. After what they did to the Sky, after they won their 4th straight, after they're over 500, they were just 500 the other day for the first time in 2 years when they were 2-2. They doing their thing. And Caitlin Clark, last 12 games, 23.4 points or 47% shooting, second leading scorer in the entire WNBA behind the monster that is Asia Wilson, who's going to be league MVP and deserves it, by the way. The reigning 2-time champion, who probably is going to three-peat in my estimation. She is just something special. Best player in the world as far as I'm concerned, okay?
Just when you thought the Caitlin Clark saga had reached its peak, the story takes a shocking new twist. Rumors swirl, fans gasp, and the WNBA is left reeling because Caitlin Clark has finally broken her silence about her rumored new contract in Europe. Is this the end of her WNBA journey? Or is it the start of something bigger than anyone imagined?
NBA players shouldn't be thankful to Michael Jordan. Because guess what? There were great players that were in the sport before they ever arrived, who did everything they could to make the NBA what it was. But it was when those brothers arrived that it took on an extra dimension and elevated to another level. I'm just looking at some of the numbers here. When we talk about league attendance, the Indiana Fever, all right, with Caitlin Clark, led the league in attendance both home and on the road. Fever averaged 17,035 at home, 15,000 on the road. Attendance for the entire league up nearly 50% this year, according to data from across the timeline. And Indiana leads all teams with an average attendance of, like I said, of 17,035. Merchandise sales are up 450%. I'm gonna repeat that. Merchandise sales are up 450% for the WNBA, according to Fanatics. So take those things into consideration. Yes, we're looking at the unanimous choice for AP Rookie of the Year, a first team all WNBA, okay? Fourth in the league in MVP voting. And we see all of these things. Certainly she's gonna be a great player.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season didn't just live up to the hype, it surpassed it. From electrifying triple-doubles to silencing her critics, she's become the face of a league on the rise. But even as she shatters records, rumors of an overseas deal have taken the spotlight.
Flagrant number two, Kennedy Carter. This one has received more headlines and attention than maybe any other play in the entire league this year.
Okay.
All right. There's been plenty of dissecting about their relationship. Certainly we talked about it in this show, that Kennedy Carter has in the past. What a great year for her, by the way. Probably could get comeback player of the year. That she has in the past made some questionable decisions when it comes to keeping her cool. In fact, I'm pretty sure she leads the league in flagrants, or she did at some point. In fact, she's got 4 flagrant fouls this year alone. She's a bit of a chippy player.
Okay.
I think we can all agree this was not a basketball play. Caitlin Clark said so herself. That wasn't a basketball play. Looked like a lot of frustration, looked a bit retaliatory based on a play that had happened earlier where Kennedy felt like Caitlin was hit her and fouled her hard as well. We've already agreed that that one was not a basketball play.
Whispers of a European contract started with a single tweet. Now, they're echoing across the sports world. Clark, fresh off an all-star season, is reportedly fielding offers from top European teams, promising bigger paydays and global exposure. But what does this mean for the WNBA and for her future?
There's nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats. Those aren't fans, those are trolls.
It's hard to hear, but it's also the truth in some way. I mean, I wouldn't put everything on Fever fans. But I mean, just overall on social media, I mean, there has been so much hate spread.
The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just measured in points. It's in packed arenas, record-shattering merchandise sales, and a fever-pitch rise in WNBA attendance.
What did you enjoy most about this break that you had?
Good question. I don't know. I think just getting some time to relax and reset. And then honestly, just like getting in here and getting to work on some stuff that we probably haven't got to work on all year long. Or just like, break down analytics and find ways that we have to improve. A lot of that is defensively for us. Like, we've done a pretty good job at scoring the ball. I think we score at 87 points a game. So just improving defensively, I think that's the biggest thing. And getting in here even on my own and working on some stuff that I want to work on. So all of that has been really good, honestly.
Is there some advantage to having like a practice day and sort of an in-between day? It's not sort of a constant grind right now. You can reset your brain just a little bit in these couple of weeks.
Yeah, we've had like the weekends off still, so like that's kind of been nice where we go during the weeks and then you have the weekends off to kind of do what you need to do, whether that's, see family, see friends, work on things that you want to work on, improve on things that you want to improve on. So I think it's been good. You don't have to mentally prepare for games. That takes a lot of mental preparation and it's mentally taxing at the same time. So just getting that reset has been really good for us.
Angel Reese, Clark's fierce rival, didn't hold back her thoughts on the possibility of Clark heading overseas. And WNBA legend Sue Bird-Wade in with a powerful message about the future of the league. After days of speculation, Caitlin Clark herself finally broke her silence, revealing the truth about her future and sending shockwaves through the WNBA. Clark's statement left fans divided, some devastated at the thought of losing her to Europe, others inspired by her ambition. The online reaction was intense. When Stephen A. Smith enters the conversation, you know it's serious. The sports icon didn't mince words about what Clark's next move means for the WNBA and beyond. Behind the headlines is a deeper story. Europe's top women's basketball teams are offering salaries up to 3 times what the WNBA pays. For Clark and other stars, this isn't just a career decision. It's about rewriting the rules for women's sports.